My mommy and daddy are having a fight. He's hurting mommy.
How's he hurting her?
And he made some red marks on mama's neck.
He did what?
Oh my God!
What's the matter?
Something happened! Mommy!
Sights and sounds, faces and places. Domestic violence. It knows no boundaries. It can strike anyone, at any time, in any place.
Sometimes if I got in trouble at school, my dad would just got on me really mad, and I got really scared.
I used to be scared of going home from school every day, so I used to find like sports or something to do after school. So it used to be me, my little sister, and my dad, that's it.
And he used to take me outside, and we used to run each other to our friend's house or my neighbors, so we could run away.
My mom was like always scared of coming home.
And just go in my closet, my hiding place where my dad or anybody knows about. And I just hide and cry.
Like me and my mom hardly ever used to talk because she was at work most of the time.
The first time that I saw my dad hit my brother, I got really scared. And I thought it might happen to me, and it did.
It did, and it does, and never just once. Living with domestic violence is a round-the-clock vigil. As many as 10 million children witness domestic violence every single year in the United States. Over 3 of those children die daily as a result of abuse within the home. A child's exposure to a father abusing one's mother is the strongest risk factor for transmitting violent behavior from one generation to the next.
Children are victims too. They don't just tag along with mom to their shelter. Their lives have been impacted by that in ways that are different from their mother. And the girls have probably been impacted differently than their brothers. And so we have a responsibility to treat them as primary victims, not just the children of abused women.
Good afternoon, this is SafeHaven. How can I help you?
A minute doesn't go by that the phone at SafeHaven doesn't ring. Not surprising when you learn that a woman is abused by her husband or boyfriend once every 10 seconds. In other words, the time it took to share that insidious statistic. 1/3 of every American woman, despite economic, social, or religious background, will be physically or sexually abused in her lifetime. Nobody is immune. Domestic violence is an epidemic that crosses all demographic boundaries.
I know a lot of my clients that are Hispanic women, sometimes they're very surprised. They says, well, we didn't know this existed. We didn't know this was wrong. We thought, okay, this is my role as a wife. This is something I should have been expecting because my mother went through it. My grandmother went through it. And so this program really helps educate in that sense.
I was uneducated on what abuse was. I did not know that I was being abused. It started with the verbal abuse, the name calling. And I assumed that everyone went through this in a relationship until the first year of my marriage when I suffered injuries, which I had to go to the hospital to be treated for. It was a light bulb all of a sudden for me to say, this doesn't seem right at all.
Eliminating domestic violence through services that support victims and their families is the daily mission of SafeHaven. Rescuing victims from the home they never had while educating them on the creation of a home they always wanted, one free of domestic violence.
I remember going to a friend's house and it was so custom for us to sit down on the floor, not to sit on the couch. So when I went to my friend's house, I sat on the floor with my hands behind my back. You know, and when his dad came in the room, he goes, why are you sitting on the floor? I was like, I thought we all had to sit on the floor. He goes, no, that's what the couch is for. You know, he goes, you can sit on the couch. He goes, you don't have to put your hands behind your back. So that's when I realized, okay, you know, something wasn't right.
And without intervention, domestic violence will continue to escalate. That's why SafeHaven is there 24 hours a day. The shelter offering short-term medical care, food and clothing, safety, support, and counseling. While the transitional living quarters provide long-term care, up to 2 years, assisting with life skills, career counseling, legal services, parent training, and all leading to financial independence and a violent-free lifestyle.
There's 3 major goals, and that's to become self-sufficient, have a violence-free lifestyle, and become financially independent.
I came right here for abuse, and because he was abusing my daughter. I called the police. The police went to my house, and I didn't know anybody in Arlington in this state. And so I couldn't stay in my house because it was not safe for me and my 4 kids.